Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Borderlands 2. So, I saw when it was paused for a second here, a mention of a fourth Headhunter expansion. We are doing the what I think is the Headhunter DLC, probably the first Headhunter DLC. So I'm wondering if it isn't a case of like a season 2 of Borderlands 2 was created and we're doing the season 2 content, so like a second season pass idea. That's not terrible release idea. More Borderlands 2 as you're waiting for Borderlands 3 made sense until it stopped making sense because it had just been so long. Borderlands the pre-sequel is kind of just more Borderlands 2, and at that point it was not as well received, and so they had to take so they've taken, whether they had to or not, a very long break. It would also explain why these quests are at level 30 versus some of the other DLC being at level 21. If this was supposed to technically be played after the other DLC. Although I still don't storyline think that that's the right way. I do have a good thought that I may not want to play Borderlands 2 anymore after we do the Dungeons and Dragons experience. Maybe, maybe not. It kind of just depends on how that reveals the continuation of the story and Roland's outcome in the story. Supposed to be going to a lair. I'm not sure I really want to fight those things anymore. They kind of keep on coming. I'll take some borax though. Or a king. Kill these guys. And see, there's a witch doctor that way. And see, this is practically a shooting gallery. See, I can tell I'm getting more involved in this because I'm getting quiet and actually focusing. That's not something I've had to do in this game for a while. Like even beating the main story elements in Handsome Jack was kinda easy. Kinda didn't need to focus on things. I think I'd be a little upset if they gave me a mail delivery mission. Like, I think we've seen enough of those, but I probably wouldn't be too peeved by it. Oh, seriously, can you not hit these animal traps? So what, do I have to just wait for something to actually run towards it? And the bullymong's not gonna, it's just gonna decide to instead jump up here and attack me if it sees me. Alright, well there's a little challenge that I'll have to, I guess I'll have to go down there and deal with at some point. I'm getting some weird sound effects that I don't recall hearing in Borderlands 2. But maybe I can get this guy to, like, oh, the animal traps don't even trigger when an animal is over them. It's just like pointless. Pointless animal traps don't even trigger when an animal is over them. Okay, moving on. To the lair we go. Meanwhile, we're also looking for a couple other things. Is this a spawn zone? I thought that might have been a fast travel section. And let's run over here and just make sure we really can't run in this area. And I'm out of bullets. I'm not doing particularly well on conserving bullets, and I kind of don't like that I have to. That doesn't feel like Borderlands to me. I suppose that could be a new gun style in the next game, is just straight up give me bullets, charge me a high price. So like you get a class mod or an object that just full, as you're shooting, is running down your gold. Or that could just be a class of guns, that could be a just modification depending on how you wanted it to play out. Of course, I wouldn't want it to be something like a pre-order DLC that's only for certain people who spend money, because then you'd be drastically changing the experience for one group of people and not the other. Guess this is the lair.
Options for luring out a human hungry Borlock. Lure a savage into the Borlock's lair and summon him that way, or you can injure yourself and make the scent of your blood a weapon beast.
Alright, let's see how we want to do this. I could... Let's see, what do we need to do, really? Let's just pull.
Now quickly, strike it down!
Oh.
Have your last taste of human flesh, fiend! Wonderful, simply wonderful. Come on back. Worthy opponents.
So, apparently, I'm an idiot And I did not see that that whole thing was a giant spike trap. Suppose the good news is I have enough health, so that didn't... Well, I don't think it probably would have ever killed me. It probably is programmed very specifically to only lower your health. See, it would have been nice to lure someone in there, but I doubt I would have been able to do that and then like press that and have that activate at the same time. It's probably why there's a wall here and a wall over there, is just to make it more likely that somebody would have walked under the treasure. Alright, so we have a quest that is turn in, and so we don't need to really focus on that. We have something that's directly behind us over here, and let's see. Yeah, none of the other quests even require us to do anything. And this one, it has me fast travel to a completely different section of the game. So this is the quest we'll be on. But I don't want to quite leave yet because it took some work to get up here. And it's possible we're not coming back up here. I'm getting like skins like crazy, which I assume are just boat skins. There's still a ton of skins that I haven't unlocked that I pretty much won't ever unlock. Like, just because they, I think, don't drop until you're at a much higher level. I'd have to play this game a second time through or get power leveled. And see, this one wants 27 iridium. I guess what we'll have to do is we'll have to figure out whether that's worth it or not. We'll have to do one of them and find out. Alright, well, 27 iridium it is. We really aren't good on bullets. Okay. What did I just do? Did I literally just put 27 iridium in here for no reason? I think I literally just put 27 iridium in here for no reason. Okay, that sucks. That was dumb. There's gotta be something else. It's gotta be that you're spawning some kind of creature, or you're getting some kind of reward payback for that. If that really is just 27 iridium down the toilet, like, so many players, including me, would be super frustrated with what amounts to trickery. I can't even put the 24 iridium any other totem if it turns out that you needed iridium in both their totems, because I don't have enough. So the game is going to have to give me more iridium if that was their plan. Can't get around here either. Borderlands 3 needs to have much better jump ability, and I'm fairly certain that will be the case. Just the way that Borderlands, the pre-sequel, put lower gravity on things, I think is a clear indicator that that's the direction they are planning on going. I assume these are all bullets that I can't pick up. Nope, I would assume wrong. It's just random stuff that I missed. Alright, back down we go. Alright, so triple. I wish you could buy iridium. Maybe that will happen though. Maybe we'll find a bit of DLC that has a storefront where you can just spend 100,000 on like one piece of iridium. If that was the case, that would be greatly appreciated. Because there's kind of nothing to do with money right now. We really have no use for money whatsoever. And this is a great place to grind for Bullymong, I suppose. Which there hasn't been a great place to grind for Bullymong for a very long time. They really were just in the beginning of the main story, and that was it. But it's not an infinite place, so so you're still not getting the fullest of benefit. Still looking for Cult of the Vault symbols, iridium. 1 iridium to get to 19. We would need a considerable larger amount. Let's try the corrosive boat. Let's see what new skins have we gotten. Well, we probably have a lot of skins, we just probably haven't unlocked any of them yet. Yeah. Fan boat skin, skin. So now we have hypnosis, sun bleached, and propane. As if I care. Hey, they're throwing rocks at me. There is a quest to shoot Bullymong throwing rocks out of the things they throw out of the air. I got a little bit slagged there. Well, not slagged, but corrosive. I can just hold both triggers down and it seems to work perfectly fine. These guys are taking a long time to kill though. See, the bullets seem to be very much out of line. So they have to get pretty close to me or I can't hit them accurately at all. If I just run into something, it's not really dying. I'm just gonna shoot this one and not use my corrosive ability. Seems like these guys are not leveled high enough for me either, so unless there's a challenge specifically around the idea of killing things with the boat, I'm probably wasting my time. The screen was shaking for a second there. I thought maybe something was spawning, but it doesn't seem like anything really is. I know there's a quest to shoot it. Yeah, just having an elemental slag ability seems way better. Let's see, how much would this be? 21. So we need 3 more pieces of iridium. I doubt these guys are going to be so generous as to hand me what I need. There's supposed to be some other boats that you fight, but I'm not seeing them. I want to see if maybe I'm supposed to hover this boat up this pathway. Go and kill the shock witch doctor. So yeah, it seems like in a boat you can try to work your way up here, but not really make it. So perhaps instead you have to, maybe this was just a little glitched. No, yeah, it's just not letting me go there. I don't know what the deal is with that. Alright. We've kind of seen everything on this map, but we could run around this map a couple more times. If necessary, which it probably will be slightly necessary. And I could actually use going to that place over there. Let's see.
Excellent.
Looking just kind of everywhere.
Ammo depleted.
that dead or? Boy, it just sprouted wings. Just go away and leave me alone, really. Like, I don't even care about you. I don't care that you're trying to kill me. Just go away. Leave me alone, you giant spore creatures. I'll take the money. I'm not getting a lot of money. So it must have, feels like it must have taken me a little bit longer than I thought it did to collect 100,000. Perhaps I was working towards that goal of having $500,000 in my vault and in my wallet, and I forgot about it in between finishing the game and starting the DLC. We do have one that I think we can turn in. But I guess we don't turn it in there. I guess we're turning it in at the lodge. And see, I had this theory that we'd turn in quests and maybe get animal heads. So we'll see if this happens. Let's see. You get a bunch of money, well, a small amount of money and a bunch of XP.
Well done, well done.
And kind of nothing else happens there. It doesn't feel like the lodge changed any. And clearly this happened, this DLC happened after the expansion of the Halloween DLC. Otherwise this Halloween element wouldn't be here, cross-promoting. But then this also may be a reference to other DLC. Alright, let's just quickly look at guns and see if maybe there's something to offer here, but almost certainly there isn't. We need a lot of bullets. Even though I've spent a lot of iridium upgrading my bullets, I'm still not in a good position. There we go. So we have 48,000, we sell that, we get to 74,000. We come back and we purchase a bunch of bullets and
Pleasure doing business.
interesting, the price when you buy something seems to move, but it doesn't seem like it goes anywhere. So is the price going up for things? Maybe. I got 1,236 grenades
Keep you safe in your travels.
for that seems expensive. Yeah.
2 words, my friend.
So I just spent a lot of money on bullets.
My wares are only for those who have defeated a Seraph Guardian.
Interesting. So he's a new, like, iridium style upgrader. Interesting. I thought that was just a room. Didn't see the eyes. Okay. So we have collect about twice as many eggs as we have right now. We have kill like a lot of creatures we haven't seen. Like, we haven't seen any skags. We saw one 2-leg drifter. We haven't seen any scalons, and I haven't seen any pink borax. It feels like this is a quest that we may just never finish unless this goes on for a very long time. So we're just gonna have to move the story forward with the go to the cages quest. Let's see. These guys are not giving me a lot of experience. I'm not gonna deal with a vampire witch doctor. Here's another egg.
Life is cheap on Pandora. The Vault Hunter collects the eggs like so many marbles. But who can win this marble game of life? Or are the eggs not marbles at all, but some entirely different sphere-based metaphor? Life is uncertain.
You see, that's the only one that I needed to kill. As far as the spores, the slag spores, which apparently are a lot. I don't know what these things are, or if they really are considered creatures at all. I feel like we've been down this way, but clearly not before we had eggs to collect. Let's look at the map. Oh yeah, and I had a couple of these. Elemental effect damage, recoil reduction, gun damage, critical hit damage. I think elemental effect damage would be the lowest thing. And then recoil reduction is pretty low. And that's not even what I was coming here to do. I was coming here to look at this map. So it seems like there is something to that. It just feels like this game is glitched because when I'm crouching down, I'm not getting very low. And I really, if it is glitched, and I am just kind of speculating that it is, it's not something I can really blame on anything else. I literally haven't been doing anything with this game for like a month and a half. It's only been running for a couple hours. So if I just got a bad load, as far as the game running, that's kind of it. Windows updates have happened, so I guess I could potentially blame it on that, but with one exception, I've never run into a Windows 10 update that affected the performance of any game. Either the game ran poorly to begin with, and then maybe it ran a little bit better, or it just ran the same. Not that I am super focused on performance, like I'm not running speed tests or anything. So we really haven't been over in this area, so maybe there's a cave. If there isn't, I'm a little uncertain how I'm supposed to get around. I like these oil bits being here. It adds a little bit of life and variety. Let's see. Am I supposed to potentially shoot off the legs? I don't think that would work. Might be an idea though. Let's see how well we can accomplish this. I'm just gonna try and shoot the legs of any of this guy. Nope, doesn't feel like that's doable. Feels like I just picked up a skin again. So there's an area up there. Looks like Doll Corporation section. Let's see. Still having to run around quite a bit. And the vehicle's not helping any. It does kind of feel like the eggs are out in the open, kind of intentionally. Oh, we've been to this section. So we've been to this section, which kind of just leaves this one waterfall as the only thing I may have not looked at. But I think I probably looked at this too. Of course, no cave behind the waterfall. At least they're consistent. So I have to just climb up the area that I started in, I think. That's what this boils down to. Yeah, this is not doing any damage to them because a slagged creature is not gonna.
Another rare creature down, mashallah.
What is that just attacked me? I have no idea. Was that one of his projectiles? Still feels a little too quiet in this open area at the beginning. You can kind of feel a desire for them for this area to have been a lot more as far as enemies fighting other enemies, like animals fighting animals. And we really haven't seen too much of that. So I guess I'm going up this way, back through this cave that I said we don't need to go that way yet, and I guess I was technically right. So I'm a little confused also that one of these quests is in a completely different area and it's a story mission. So I guess we'll leave these missions that are optional. I assume we could still do them after we do this mission, because there's kind of nothing I can do. Like, it doesn't make sense to try and...
In this scene, I wish to capture the essence of the Vault Hunter. Who is the Vault Hunter? What do they stand for? What will happen when they finish collecting the eggs? I hope that these questions haunt the viewer to their dying days.
So, yeah. We'll just push forward the story missions because we really have no other choice. This brings us up to a place where there's some borax. That might be helpful. And that's corrosive borax. I'm not gonna take any chances here.
Killed that thing even easier than you killed my bandit brothers. Which, don't feel bad or anything. They're kind of dicks.
See, this quest is really having you reaffirm that the savage bandits that we're fighting are still just the regular old bandits, just in a different dress because they're crazy. But there still feels like there's a slight disconnect between what is being said and what is being shown. There's another one of these. You can kind of see my armor is strong enough and my regen is good enough. I've just gotten a stool sample as some kind of quest or challenge. Got a giant corrosive one I don't want to really deal with. Alright, what do we have over here? Feels like there's water, a waterfall, an egg to collect, and then we're going to go all the way over there. So let's deal with that first before we jump down or walk around the edge. There's only a couple more of these eggs, so I'm crossing my fingers and hoping that this doesn't become a scenario where the last one is just in some obscure place I failed to look at, and there are just a lot of extra ones. See, and this was where the game we entered on the game, I think, so we've kind of gone full circle. I don't know why that gate is going to stay locked, though. It should have been pretty easy to just have a switch that would have unlocked it. Looking around here for a Cult of the Vault characters. These are pretty good enemies. Like, nothing to really complain about them. How many stool samples do we need to get? 5? My main complaint is why weren't they integrated into the main game? Like, this seems kind of ridiculous that we're gonna spend 5, maybe 10 hours doing this DLC if if this is actually as long as I think it's gonna be. Let's see. Overusing my bazooka. It's gonna sound like an insult, but I'm kinda having fun. Which I don't really mean for that to be as bad as it sounds, but I feel like the final hours of Borderlands 2 was kind of just, let's get it over with. I've had enough of this. Taking a good month-and-a-half break helped a little, but that certainly wouldn't have been it alone, because the Halloween DLC felt short and kind of dull, even at that, and I had taken a break for that part too. So I want to know where this takes me. This is Skylar's Grove, which is something I guess we'll have to check out. Yeah, these things are just not labeled and they don't have any health bars, so I don't think that they are actually characters. I think they're just weapons. I'm just gonna go ahead and drop down here and decide to run back this way. Here we have a drill head being used as a water mill. How does one get up in all of this? Or can you not? Is this all for show? That would be a lot of design just for show. What's this? Hey, look at this. Barely even crouching down. So it looks like there's something in there. Or there should have been something in there, but no, it's just a rough assortment of, I guess, pre-rendered, pre-made rocks that they merged together to make a mountain out of. Is this another totem that wants iridium? If it is, then at that point I have to give up. There's no way I'm gonna have enough iridium to feed 2 totems. Let's see. Crippling Witch Doctor. Oops. Well, that's a much less useful gun. We got a witch doctor just doing everything. Yeah, running into some real challenge. we need to come back to our weapon and switch that with this gun. Just look around and see whether what spore is making that sound. Alright, so we need to go back this way. We'll have to work our way this direction later. 2 more eggs, but a lot more rare animals to fight. Which that's really only gonna be accomplished if I have reason to wander around more. And I'm not sure I'm quite to that point yet. These boats don't take you anywhere or do anything.
The cages sit idly in Hunter's Grotto, a sedentary symbol of the warrior's cruel indifference. Vault Hunter, you must lure the monstrositat into the cage, then trap it inside.
Let's see. So we're gonna have to find a monster and get it to run in here. And I'm spending a lot of time at the moment getting these, killing these spores, when I'm only really getting like 26 experience for them. I'm not getting a lot of experience killing the savages either. So this becomes a not as worth it expedition. And apparently this is known as the undercarriage. And how much do they want? They want 23 bits of iridium. Well, whatever this is, I can't do it. Like, whatever that is, I cannot afford the iridium unless I were to go and gamble through slot machines, and all of a sudden it starts giving me iridium, or if there's perhaps some other way that this could work. Like maybe we will get large amounts of iridium in beating certain boss battles. Like, that might be how this goes. Stop running away. Speed this process up a little bit. I'm trying to be a little balanced with the guns I use and keep it split between a couple of different guns, but that repeater is pretty slow compared to the SMG. It shouldn't be that slow. So we're approaching the end of another hour. We've got about 5 minutes. And we've gotten to a point that I think we probably hit before, where I really don't know what I did in this hour. I clearly did do things, but it's starting to just kind of all blur again back into being your standard generic. You ran to point A and killed a bunch of enemies, and then you ran to point B and you killed some more enemies, and then you run to point C and you kill some more enemies. Ah! That guy just dropped the gun down there. Never, not worth it to pick it up. I like these new loot box toilets, basically is what they are. The toilet gag had been done kind of to death, so yeah, not terrible idea to change it up. Is there anything more? Kind of seems like no. Seems like you were just supposed to walk up to this point, and that was that. Trying to look around and see if there's anything more to deal with. Shotgun shells for a character who hasn't used shotguns in practically the entirety of the entire game. There you go. I collected it, not that it mattered. So we need to kind of decide which way I want to go with the map. Do I want to run what would be this direction? Let's see, where it seems like there's quite a lot. No, I think the right move is to go back and find their monster, which I have half a feeling the monster is not going to be a monster at all. Yeah, I think we can take enough time to finish this quest, and then we'll leave it for the next recording. It really just... it stops feeling like you accomplish anything because it's all so repetitive on the quest system. They need to do a much better job about hiding the fact that you're basically doing the same thing over and over again. Generally you would do this with hacking mini games or storyline cutscenes.
The Vault Hunter stares back. But who is the real monster?
So, alright. Are you gonna chase me if I start running this way? I guess he will. You coming? Will you chase me into the water? Yes, you will. Fortunately, my shield is perfectly fine, so I can just... he's just attacking me with his standard attacks. Let me pick this up. Leave me alone for a second. Now, there we go. I got disoriented. You want to just follow me in here. There we go. How do you trap them? Is there a button? Yeah. I have to just get them in here, I guess. And where are you? Come back this way. Alright, so I have to walk in there and press the button myself. His health was a little low. Now I gotta kill this thing. Like I didn't really have any choice. It did enough damage to me. Oh, I guess I could have jumped out of here, but I guess that was the plan. Well, whatever. I mean, why would I want to not kill him though and get that XP? And you cannot see anything through that corrosive. Die already. Okay. Well, that quest is now done, which then leaves us with just this quest, which apparently we have killed one pink borak, but we haven't seen any tailless skylons or any new two-legged drifters or any albino skags, but we could potentially get some slag spores. Remember, there's this Sila's Grove, which I imagine I need to go to before I travel back this direction, because that's gonna be a long section and I want to go in this direction and just see what is there. We've got an uninteresting collection of guns as usual, and it just needs some quality of life improvements. Just let me break this down for less gold, or break it down for bullets. Shield capacity, and it's not good enough. I've already unlocked that skin, we can unlock that skin. Sell all of these. We still have 7 slots. Now, we might run into a slight problem where if I go down this direction, I might not have somewhere where I could sell, but I don't think that's even the case. I think we'd still probably find a vending machine on the other side of that door. So I just kind of want to see what's here. And what else? Is there anything else to be too concerned about? We're making a decent amount of experience through quests for raising our badass rank, which doesn't really matter. Like, I feel like you would be me paying that iridium would have summoned Rydo the Invincible, and then it probably level 2 has us defeat somebody else. I haven't seen any fan boats since that first time they were introduced. We haven't seen a lot of drifters. We have seen a lot of savages. We haven't seen any Cylons. or scalons, whatever. And then other quests, certainly, where we're just slowly making progress for some of these, whereas some of these also, like spider ants, we haven't seen spider ants or anything. I really wish these quests could be filtered out better, but they're kind of, the only way you can filter them is if you go by level, and if you go by level, then it stops making sense too. There should just be an ability here where you press the X button and it hides finished challenges. We're still going pretty good, but I think we're back to our standard feeling with Borderlands. The month and a half break really only lasted for about 2 or 3 hours, and then once you're back into the groove, it feels too familiar, and familiarity breeds contempt. And yeah, it just feels too grindy. Like, I would much prefer to play a modded director's cut of a game like this at this point. Something that had taken 60 hours to do all the DLC and all the storyline, and removed a bunch of the optional stuff that didn't matter, or removed a bunch of the grind. Just better balancing the enemies would have been nice. If I was at the highest max level, if I was at level 65 by the time I finished the main storyline instead of level 35, that would have been appreciated also. Anyways, that's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.